You're listening to Spaz on Wine, Uncorked, with host Rhonda Spaziani on greeninkradio.com.
Are you listening? He just repeated the words that came out of her mouth. Now they're listening.
Today's question is to buy or not to buy Tokai. And I say, yes, buy Tokai. It's great. So I read this story on Wine Folly about Tokai, and it piqued my interest. So I went to a local liquor store and I picked it up. And I like really dry expression of wine, so I looked for the dry ferment. It's pronounced ferment, but it's actually spelled Furmint. And the Tokai is spelled Tokaji, but it's pronounced in America Tokai. In Hungary, they pronounce it Tokay. So if you want to be really posh when you go into the liquor store, you could say, do you have any Tokay? And they'll be like, are you looking for Tokai because we're American and we mispronounce everything? But it is Tokai here in America. And if you like a dry, Sancerre kind of wine, oh my goodness, you're going to love Tokai. And Tokai is actually produced in a couple different ways. It can range from like a Gruyere to an off-dry Riesling, even to a Chardonnay. It's got a lot of versatility. But let's talk a little bit about the backstory of Tokai. So Tokai is from Hungary, which is produced in a region of Hungary in the town of Tokai. Well, it's actually a region that has 28 towns that is parallel to Northern Rhone and Champagne regions, and it has very similar wine climate. And believe it or not, Hungary was like the world dominant wine producer up till about 100 years ago. A couple world wars, the Phylloxera came in, and also communism kind of shut it down. But now it's back in production. It's getting a presence again in the world. But it was always known the wine of kings was a very, very sweet style of wine. But this Tokai, in the last 15 years, they've been experimenting with making a dry expression of it, and it's hitting the world by storm. It's great. It is so great. You're going to love it. But if you're in the market for a sweet wine, you've got to try the Tokai Azu, which is world-renowned and was actually designated as the wine of kings because kings throughout the world loved it. But I am not a sweet wine lover, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about the ferment presentation. My husband and I co-chair the Eastern Connecticut chapter of the American Wine Society, and we had a bunch of different white wines paired with perfect cheese pairings, and I took over the station of Tokai at the last minute because there was an issue with our expert. She had a personal challenge, and I had to take over. And so I was able to firsthand see about 30 people come through my station, and we paired it with two different Tokais. There was the Royal Tokai Oddity and Disnoco Tokai Ferment. They were both the ferment grape and done in the dry style. And the perfect cheese pairing is considered blue cheese. It was kind of a 50-50 who liked which one better. Their price points, Tokai generally ranges from $12 to $20, and the dry ferments are at the higher end of that. So the Royal Tokai Oddity is $19.99 a bottle, and the Disnoco Tokai Ferment is $17.99 per bottle, and they're both really solid wines. People kind of felt like the Oddity paired a little bit better with the blue cheese. Disnoco was my personal favorite. I thought it paired beautifully with the blue cheese, but let me tell you, some blue cheese on the patio with some Tokai on the summer. Oh, that's what summer's all about. So the wine is made in a neutral oak, and the Oddity had a little bit more masculine wood taste to it. However, it wasn't like the 2x4 or heavy Chardonnay American oaks that we taste here. It was very subtle, very like a spice almost. Just a spice of wood is how I would describe it. And it has an apple taste. It's dry and minerally and got high acidity. It's got that beautiful finish. It's very sophisticated, elegant wine. And it has a nose, so if you're looking at the nose, it has a nose of like white flowers and grapefruit and apricot. And it also, for color point, it's like yellow with a greenish tint, which is very typical of the ferment grape. And it's the Ferment style Tokai is made with Ferment grapes. You might have a little bit of a challenge. If you live in a metropolitan area, you probably won't, but you might have a little bit of a challenge if you live in a small town, finding that your liquor distributor can order it for you, but you can find it online too and just order it. It's so easy to order wine online now. So I would recommend that. And you can email me if you want to get any more information on these two wines at info@greeninkradio.com, and I'll happily provide you with links to where we purchased the wine, because one of them we could not find locally, the Oddity. I could find the Disnoco locally here in Connecticut, but the Oddity we had to order, and it came very quickly, and it was wonderful. So I'll happily send you the links to those if you'd like that. So thank you for tuning in to Spaz on Wine, and this is sponsored, as always, by Green Ink Marketing and Communications. You can find them at greenink.com, and I thank you for tuning in. Chin chin. I raise my glass to you, and we'll talk real soon.
Music provided by Immunuri. Check them out at imunuri.com. Thank you for listening to Spaz on Wine Uncorked. Tune into the other great shows available on greeninkradio.com. An experience for the curious mind.